Bill Cosby charged for the very first time. More than 50 women have come forward accusing the legendary comedian. And today he was brought into court, facing a criminal charge linked to one alleged case of indecent assault from 2004. What the other alleged victims are saying now and what the judge said to Cosby. Ryan Smith was inside the courthouse during his arraignment.
It was a day some of them thought would never come.
Oh, I never expected to see this.
When I went to the lawyer in '89, he laughed me out of the office.
Mr. Cosby, how do you respond to the charges?
Many thought no one would ever believe them.
That's Bill Cosby. You can't tell. Nobody will believe you.
He's Dr. Huxtable, after all, America's favorite dad.
But today,
we are here to announce today charges that have just been filed against William Henry Cosby.
once America's favorite dad, Bill Cosby, accused by over 50 women of sexual assault, drugging, or rape, faced the very first criminal charge levied against him in a Pennsylvania courthouse. One felony count of aggravated indecent assault. For his accusers, the first glimpse of his mugshot, overwhelmingly emotional.
I just never really thought I'd see the day. Just built up over this whole year and wondering if we were ever going to see any justice.
A criminal charge is a huge turning point. Up to this point, we've been talking about civil cases and the court of public opinion. Now you're talking about the possibility that he could serve real time.
Today's charges stemming from the case of a woman named Andrea Constand, 31 years old, when she says Cosby assaulted her in 2004 when she was working in the athletic department at Temple University, his alma mater. This is Bill Cosby's home, the place where police say he brought Andrea Constand, a mentee of his. He says that she was feeling tense, according to court documents.
On the evening in question, Mr. Cosby urged her to take pills that he provided to her and to drink wine, the effect of which rendered her unable to move, respond to his advances, and he committed aggravated indecent assault upon her.
It was January 2004 when he allegedly invited her to his suburban Philadelphia home. The criminal complaint says he gave her 3 blue pills he allegedly claimed were herbal, saying they would make her feel good and take the edge off, calling them 3 friends to help her relax, and asked her to taste the wine. Within minutes, she claimed she began experiencing blurry vision and difficulty speaking. Cosby then allegedly telling her to lie down, according to the criminal complaint, and assaulted her while she remained frozen and paralyzed. Criminal charges were not filed at the time. Constand later filed a civil suit against Cosby. 13 Jane Does, with their own allegations, came forward offering to testify on her behalf.
I said, that's enough. I will not sit in silence any longer.
Here it is. It's real. Andrea's real. I'm real.
But the case ended in a confidential settlement without Cosby admitting any wrongdoing. It wasn't until July of this year that parts of the deposition from that civil suit were unsealed.
This civil deposition is critical because finally prosecutors have Bill Cosby, in his own words, talking about this incident.
In the deposition, Cosby described the encounter as consensual, saying the pills he gave her were Benadryl. But he did admit to obtaining drugs to provide to young women, adding that he would offer Quaaludes to women the same as a person would say, have a drink. Cosby denies he ever gave drugs to women without their consent. It was these depositions that led prosecutors to now file criminal charges.
Reopening this case was our duty as law enforcement officers with a sworn obligation to uphold our constitutions and to uphold the law.
As scores of women continued to come forward earlier this year, Cosby denied all wrongdoing and refused to answer allegations directly in an exclusive interview with ABC's Lindsay Davis in May.
I have been in this business 52 years, and I've never seen anything like this. And reality is the situation. And I can't speak.
But tonight, his attorneys have released a statement saying, filed 12 years after the alleged incident, we intend to mount a vigorous defense against this unjustified charge, and we expect that Mr. Cosby will be exonerated by a court of law.
What do you have to say?
Cosby was released on $1 million bail. After this mugshot was taken, he was fingerprinted, had to surrender his passport, and was ordered not to contact Constand. Meanwhile, shock and relief for some of his alleged victims.
I don't think any of us anticipated that this would happen. I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Like Constand, Valentino claims Cosby drugged her with pills.
The common thread always seems to be that the victim needs to be unconscious or certainly incapable of resisting.
Victoria Valentino and a dozen other accusers spoke out in A&E's Cosby, The Women Speak, produced by ABC's Lincoln Square Productions. Valentino says she and a friend dined with Cosby in 1969 and that he knew she'd lost her 6-year-old son in a drowning accident.
He knew that my child had died, and I was very depressed, you know. And he leaned across and he put a pill next to my wine glass. He said, "Here, take this. This will make you feel better." And I thought, great. And I really never felt in any danger from him at all. So I took the pill. I couldn't keep my head up, and I was starting to feel nauseated, and I said, I want to go home.
But instead of taking the two women home, Valentino claims Cosby drove them to a small office.
And then all of a sudden I realized everything was very, very silent. So I opened my eyes and I looked around, and he got up and he came over to me, and at that point extracted his pound of flesh. I could hardly walk by that time, and I couldn't talk. He unzipped his fly, had me perform oral sex, then he stood me up, turned me backwards, and did me doggy style, okay? And he walked out.
Cosby has consistently denied all allegations of wrongdoing. She didn't report it at the time, she says, because she was humiliated. But today, she says she and others feel vindicated.
We are elated and so grateful that the legal system is standing up.
It is a good morning.
Gloria Allred, who represents 29 of the more than 50 women who have come forward, also speaking out today.
Seeing him criminally charged and having to face a trial is the best Christmas present that they have ever received.
Until now, Cosby has faced only a deluge of civil lawsuits. Most of his accusers say the crimes occurred outside of the statute of limitations for criminal prosecution. And just weeks ago, Cosby firing back, accusing 7 women who were suing him for defamation of making false accusations of sexual assault for financial gain.
We are now taking steps in order to right a wrong. And yes, returning and restoring Mr. Cosby's legacy, reputation, good name.
Just a couple of weeks ago, it seemed that Bill Cosby was finally fighting back, countersuing some of the women who'd made these allegations. But a criminal charge against him changes everything. When you're battling in civil cases and claims and counterclaims, it's nothing compared to the possibility of having to serve time behind bars.
Today's charges, perhaps the most pointed in what has been a fall from grace for the beloved father on The Cosby Show, the man once known as America's dad. As he left this district courthouse, a different man, visibly frail, seemingly broken, so far removed from that energetic comic that once brought laughter to millions.
Now he's accused of the ultimate violation of a almost parental-like relationship, a mentoring relationship.
He's scheduled to appear in court again on January 14th.
Stand up and tell the truth. Finally face your consequences like a man. We're standing in truth. You stand in truth.
For Nightline, I'm Ryan Smith in Elkins Park, Pennsylvania.